discuss about the tissues in human body. Biological tissues is a collection of interconnected cells that perform a similar function within an organism. In other words, it is a group of cells working together mainly inside an organ. The classification of tissues. Human body is composed of four basic types of tissues. First is the epithelial tissues, second is the connective tissues, third is the muscular tissues, and fourth is the nervous tissue. Next is the origin of tissues. A fertilized egg divided to produce the three primary germ cell layer, and this layer differentiate to form the tissues of the body. The first is the epithelial tissues. The epithelial cells covers or line all the body surface, cavities and tubes. So these are called as a covering epithelia. Epithelial cells forms the functional units of secretory glands. So these are called as a glandular epithelia. Characteristics of the tissues. It is closely attached to each other and forming a protective barrier. Second is always has one free surface open to outside the body or inside an internal organ. Third is always has one fixed section attached to underlying connective tissues. Fourth is it has no blood vessel but can soak up nutrients from the blood vessels in connective tissues underneath, and it can have lots of cells it. Next is the functions of the tissues. To protect the tissues that lie beneath it from the radiation or desiccation or toxins or invasion by pathogen and physiological trauma. Second is the regulation and exchange of chemicals between the underlying tissues and body cavities. Third function is the secretion of hormones into the blood vascular system and the secretion of sweat, mucus, enzyme and other products that are directly delivered by the ducts glandular epithelium. Next function is to provide sensation and absorb stomach and intestinal lining and filter the kidney. Next is the classification of epithelia. First is according to the thickness. It is classified into two main types. Simple epithelium means one cell layer, and second is the stratified epithelium means more than one layer of cells, which are named according to the shape of the cells in the apical layer. Second classification is according to the shape. There are three types of the epithelium. First is the squamous epithelium, which is wider than the tall. Then second is the cuboidal epithelium, as tall as a wide. And third is the columnar epithelium. It is taller than wide. The tissues are the building blocks of the human body, and they play a crucial role in maintaining the structure and function of organs and organ system. There are four main types of the tissue found in the human body. First is the epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissue is one of the most diverse and widespread types of the tissues in the body, and it serves a variety of function including protection, absorption, secretion, and sensation. The epithelial cells are closely packed together and form continuous sheets that covers the body's surface and line internal cavities and organs. There are several types of the epithelial tissues based on their shape and arrangement. First is the squamous epithelium. The squamous epithelium consists of thin, flat cells and is well suited for the diffusion and filtration. And it is found in lining of blood vessel, air sacs, or lungs. And there are several types of epithelial tissues based on their shapes and arrangement. The first is a squamous epithelium. A squamous epithelium consists of thin, flat cells and is well suited for the diffusion and filtration. And it is found in the lining of blood vessels, air sac of lungs, and the glomerular capsule of the kidney. Second is a cuboidal epithelium, and it is composed of cube-shaped cells, and it is involved in secretion and absorption, and kidney and it lines the kidney tubules and forms the secretory tissues of glands. Third is a columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium consists of tall, column-shaped cells, and it is specialized for secretion and absorption, and it lines the digestive tract and parts of the respiratory system. The arrangement of cells can be simple, means a single layer of cells, or stratified, means multiple layers. And additionally, specialized types of epithelial cells include ciliated epithelium, which has a hair-like projection called as a cilia, and that helps to move the substance along the surfaces, and glandular epithelium, and which forms glands that produces and secretes the substances such as hormones, enzymes, and mucus. Second tissue is connective tissues. Connective tissues is diverse and abundant throughout the body and providing support, protection, and insulation for other tissues and uh, organs, and it consists of cells dispersed within the extracellular matrix and composed of fibers like collagen, elastic, or reticular, and ground substances, means a gel-like material. And there are several types of connective tissues, each with the unique characteristics and function. First is loose connective tissues. The loose connective tissues found beneath the skin and between the organs, and it provides supports while allowing movement and flexibility. Second is dense connective tissues. It forms tendons which attaches muscle to bone and ligaments which connects bones to bone and providing strength and stability. Third is the cartilage. The cartilage is found in the areas such as nose, ears, and joints, and it uh, uh, provides support and cushioning for the bones. Fourth is the bone. Bone provides structural support for the body. Third is the muscle tissues. Muscle tissues is responsible for movement, generating force, and maintaining posture. There are three main types of muscle tissues. First is the skeletal muscle. A skeletal muscle attaches to bones by tendons, and skeletal muscle is under voluntary control and enables movements such as walking, running, and lifting objects. And it is a striated, means having a stripped appearance under the microscope, and due to its organized arrangement of contractile proteins. Second is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle found in heart, and cardiac muscle is responsible for pumping of blood throughout the body. Cardiac muscle is a striated like skeletal muscles, but has a unique intercalated disc that allows rapid transmission of electrical signals between the cells. Second is a smooth muscle. It is located in the walls of hollow organs such as intestine, blood vessels, bladder, and uterus. And smooth muscle is responsible for involuntary movement like peristalsis. Peristalsis means contractions that propel the food through the digestive tract and regulating blood flow. And it takes and it lacks striation but still contain contractile proteins. Muscle tissues are composed of elongated cells called as a muscle fibers and that contains specialized structure for contraction called the myofibrils. And fourth tissue is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue consists of neurons, means nerve cells, and neuroglia, means supporting cells. Neurons are the specialized to transmit electrical signals called as a nerve impulse or action potential. They have a cell. They have a cell body that contains the nucleus, dendrites, and receives the signals from the other neurons or sensory receptor, and axon that transmit signals to other neurons or effector cells such as muscles or glands. Neurons communicate with each other at junctions called as a synapse using the chemical messenger called as a neurotransmitter. Neuroglia provide support and protection for a neuron and help to maintain the environment around them. The nervous tissues forms the brain, spinal cord and nerves, collectively known as the nervous system, and it plays a central role in the coordinating sensory input and processing information and initiating the motor responses and regulating the bodily function. Maintaining the homeostasis. These four types of the tissues work together to form the complex structure within the body. Each type of the tissue has its own unique characteristics, function and roles in maintaining the overall health and functionality. And the integrate or integrate organization and the interaction among these tissues enables the human body to carry out wide range of the physiological processes essential for the life.